Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Spartans will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the Michigan Wolverines return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. A state divided. They started playing for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, the big wooden lumberjack, back in the early 50s when Sparty joined the Big Ten.
And it's so nice to have you, Reese, to have all those data from when you were in high school and when you were in college back in the 50s. And you know the records so well of these games, but it matters. And their comments fly week to week for these guys, Michigan, Michigan State, and it is intense. And
hit the afterburners, kid. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
It's easy when you got a QB like this. Just make the right reads and go chew up yards. Not only can he make the right reads, he can make people miss. He can make even bigger plays than this, but just chews up 20-plus yards in a hurry.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Might as well stick with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. On the move, it's Rourke. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So the Michigan State Spartans offense has the ball for the first time. I know what a weapon he is on the outside, but stretching the field against this dude in the secondary will be a challenge.
And just some safeties have it, the awareness, the ability to see the ball, to break on the football, and he's one of those guys.
This QB better be looking this safety off. You can't just trust your receiver's going to out-athlete him every time you throw him the ball, because this safety is a different breed.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Physical running style. Maybe the patron saint of that for Michigan State is T.J. Duckett.
Oh, the big fella. And that reminds me of Michigan State football. That's who they are, right? The physicality. They're gonna be blue collar. They're gonna roll up their sleeves, and make no mistake, every game you play against them, if you don't match the physical challenge, you will lose.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Working that left side. Oh, look out! He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Spartans.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Great job by the pass rush up front. 3rd and long situation. They're anticipating pass, and they know the quarterback's... the football. Nice job pinning their ears back and getting home.
The Wolverines line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. Looking for a block. It's Rourke. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And the Spartans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Michigan State! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. That makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And the pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart.
Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. Touchdown, Sparty. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Off play action. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. To the air on first down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Ed, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They are out to send a message in this rivalry game, Jesse, and the quarterback has to keep his composure after taking a shot like that.
Man, and I've been on the receiving end of some of those hits in rivalry games. It is not fun. They hurt a whole lot more, David. It just feels different in games like this.
It just means more because these guys don't like each other, and you love making those big hits in big moments that they replay throughout the whole next year.
Still on his feet at the 45. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Got it behind the line. It's John. Ball's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed, and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Fast motion from the offense. Gonna run it. It's Wiggins. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, running back on the move. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter.
21, Michigan, 0.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
This is what Spartan running backs do. They get behind their pads. They move the chains. Le'Veon Bell, among many, who've been great at that.
And Kenneth Walker, man, you pulled back a couple years ago. Such a great season, too. But just that's their physicality. That's the brand that they've had. That's what their coaches embrace. You know, not being the quote-unquote main team in their state, but they're going to hit you in the face and they're going to play physical.
Here's the handoff. At the 45 on his way. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying the left side. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. So often Michigan State is the other team in terms of attention, but boy, when they blew out the Wolverines last year, they just soaked it all in.
And it made it that much sweeter, no doubt about it. They've been talking about this the entire year long. Not just did we win, but we embarrassed you, and we did it on national TV a year ago, and we're going to try to do it again today.
And they don't want to be a once-in-a-while winning squad. Like, they want to take over the state of Michigan. They know they're looked at as the little brother, and they don't get as much.
Ball in the air, intercepted! And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
When you get in the red area, as a quarterback, you got to be dialed, and you got to be really sharp, really crisp. You have to play with great timing. The field is so shrunk. Everybody's got such a...
Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And the Michigan State offense will take over.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Complete to the left. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. It's on target and complete. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Takes the handoff. It's Benedict. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And it's caught! Touchdown, Spartans!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Michigan State 30, Michigan 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Guys, these two have been showing contempt and disdain for each other for more than a century. First meeting back in 1898.
Yeah, and my goodness, you think about all the years, all the plays. You think about Mike Hart a few years ago. What was he talking about? Little brother. That stung Michigan State so bad. The hatred for each other is what makes this game so fun to follow every single year.
And I always feel in this game specifically between Michigan and Michigan State, it's the big-time players and the Heisman candidates that have always stepped up and made big plays. So I can't wait to see what the best players in this game are ready to do.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan State. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll line up for a second down play. Running back searching for a hole. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moves around to clear up the vision. Still on his feet at the 45. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Listen, the comeback route is one of the more difficult routes to throw in college football. You see zone, and they're bailing, getting out of there. Nice job by the receiver, sticking his foot in the ground, coming back to the quarterback, catching the ball. Nice pitch, nice catch.
And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback, who makes a sure tackle. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. The aerial assault continues. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. A first down for the offense. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages. And
he puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, floated high, and it's intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Rourke. Touchdown, Sparty! And the special teams, that's always a momentum builder.
And the special teams comes up special. He takes advantage. The short punt, he catches it, and you can tell, does a great job using his blocks, getting north-south, getting to the end zone for the big play.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it in halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Release to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Wiggins. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll open the second half on the ground. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They're going to ride this running back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
A 3rd and long coming up here. To throw, it's Sullivan. Throws to the wideout. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it, open.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. They keep attacking through the air. They'll run the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Back to throw, it's Sullivan. Pulls it in. Jumped on top of the pile. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. To the ground to try to move the chains. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Spartans looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
And that's a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
He's loose at the 15. Nothing but green ahead. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time, you get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications, national championship implications. I will be honest, the Paul Bunyan trophy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You don't like it, it just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies. I hear you, but how about Reese throwing a ranking on us? Rank the trophies? Reese, what are we doing here? We're not ranking trophies. Huge rivalry game, a lot of emotions. We're talking about ranking trophies.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open.
A shot toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. Got stuffed on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run it from the gun. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Sullivan. Finds his big tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw, and it keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They want that clock to run. Fighting off the defender. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease to the left. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense and defense with pass interference coming.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. It's complete on the right side. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. They might try to score again. Pressure. And here's a fumble way behind the line. How in the world did the offense retain possession? They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air, it's Sullivan. Intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds enough